Hello, welcome to Tricia's Cards and Crafts, and it's slightly different. In my series of Simple to Stepped Up on Sundays, this is just going to be simple really. It's not really stepped up at all, although I am using a little bit more. What I thought I would do today was show you how I would go about making a series of, or if I've got a lot of cards to make, and how easy it would be to make them up really quickly. This is a really simple design, so it's just stamping the image on the front, stamping an image onto an oval, and another sentiment inside. So it's a really simple but I think effective card. A friend of mine is sending some treats out to people over the next week, and so I thought it might be nice if she put a little card inside. So I said I offered to make a little card to go inside the box that she's giving out to some of the local people, just to let them know that they're being thought of and they're not on their own, which I thought was really nice. So what I've used is the double oval punch, which has just come out in the new spring summer catalogue, and it punches out this scalloped edged oval and a smaller one that will fit inside. So what I cut strips of paper card out for the scalloped one, and the card strips were 1 1/4 inches wide, and the white card strips were 1 inch wide. So I could put one at the top and then I can put the white one at the bottom without having to waste any card. So if you've got a double punch like that, you can actually do it so that you can fit them both on at the same time, or you can do one at a time. Obviously you can do the coloured one first and then you can do the white one, or the other way around, but just so that you don't have to do them both out of one piece of card. That's basically what I was trying to say. So it's quite simple to do. And the other thing that I've used for this, another thing I've used for this card is, let me just put this back a minute, is 2 stamp sets I've used from the oval occasions, which coordinates with the punch. I've used a little treat for you stamp, so that will go onto the white ovals, and then I'm using this image and this one and the little steam from the Nothing's Better Than stamp set. And I've also got Thinking of You from the Touch of Ink, which is a celebration one, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything you wanted to use. You can make them into, well, anything really. You can thank you cards or whatever you want to do. I mean, on the inside you could put thank you if you wanted to, if it was a thank you card for somebody. Okay, so that's the outside of the card, and then I put that on the inside. I could, if I wanted to, put a little image on the front, but because I'm going to do these, I wanted these to be nice quick little cards, because I'm making 40 of them altogether. I thought I'd just show you how I made them. Now you can just use a block and the stamp like this if you want to, but obviously this will take a bit longer. But it's very simple to do, and it won't take you that long. And again, you can do them quite quickly. Actually, if I leave this open, we'll do it the other way. So like that, onto there, that, onto there, and you can just keep going with those, which I will do in a bit, but I'm not going to show you making all 40 of them, obviously. Right, so the other thing that you can use, if you've got one, is a stamping platform. And this one is the one that's made by Stampin' Up, and it's called a stampartus. Depends on how you want to say it. They've got two different plates that you can use. So one on the ones, you can either use it on one side or you can use it on the other side. You don't have to use the two plates at the same time. They just lift out and they just slip back in. So you can use them. So obviously you wouldn't normally use them both on the same at the same time. You do one stamp and then you'd use the other one again. So what I'm using are 3-inch cards, and first of all I'll do a few of these. So if you've got a few different cards to make, you can do them this way. So what I've done, I've put the stamps that I'm using onto my plates, and in this case, because I'm doing smallish cards, that one's on the inside there, and this is the outside, and this one I'm lining up with the bottom of the thing, so I know exactly where they are laid out. So what I did, I put that stamp, placed it on the card so that it was where I wanted it to be on the inside, and this is where I wanted it to be on the outside, so I can do 2 cards at a time with the stamping. So I've got, let's just see if I can move this across a little bit, so I don't know whether you can see this. Yeah, you can just about see this one. So I then use the ink pad there and on here. It is better if you can to put something underneath the stamping platform, just to make sure that it stays put, and you've got something to rest it on when you're doing the inking. But my desk is a little bit cluttered, as you can tell, and I haven't really got that much room to put anything else there. It doesn't matter too much if you get anything on the actual stamping plate, because that's not going to touch your card. The other thing as well is, if you don't think it was inked enough, you can move the stamper. You can stamp it more than once so that it doesn't, and it won't move. So long as your card hasn't moved, then, and so if you've lined it up to the edge or whatever you've put it, it's not going to have moved. And then, the other thing that comes with it, which I've forgotten about and I haven't used, which I could do, on the bottom, and I can't get it, there we are, there's one, and there's the other one. We don't want them to move about too much. What you can do is, oops, that one has moved, is you can put these down so that they don't move, and they will hold your cards steady. So it doesn't matter then, when you stamp a second time, they will be in the same place. Now that one did move, but there we go. That's my fault. So I've got a slightly double image there, but I've got plenty of cards, so I can do it again. And what I did as well, so I could take this plate off and then turn this round, and on this plate that I put on the side, I've lined this one up so that it will colour this image in. Now, have I got it in the right place? I think I do. Actually, it looks as though it's a bit low. That needs to be there. Yes, that's better. Right, and I'm using different, I've already punched out the colours. I've got mint macaron, granny apple green and some blushing bright, and I've got the 3 different inks here as well. So I'll show you with the mint macaron. So I'll just stamp that one. This one might come out a bit funny. I should have cleaned it first. Let me just clean that off a second and start again. Right, so we'll just make sure that's dry. There we go. Stamp this one, there, and I will just push this down, stamp it off, and there you go. So what I can do now is I can, oops, that shouldn't have done that. I can turn these over, so this is going to be at the bottom and that's going to be at the top. So that's the inside and this is the outside. I'm going to put these on again, so this time it won't move when I lift it, move it. Take those off, that plate off, put this plate back on again. Whoops. And what I would probably do, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't, I don't know. I was going to say maybe I would possibly do all the coloured ones seconds afterwards, so we'll see. So there we go. So stamp that up and then bring this down. So I've got my image there, and then bring this one in. I mean, in this case, being as I have got two, I could quite easily leave it on and just do the second one. There we go. And there's my second one done. So that's 2 cards done. That's all right. So I will just, I'm going to fold that down, just put that there, just so that I can show you how I finish the card off. So I've got 2 cards now, which I will just crease. Oh, great, I've got it all over my fingers. Use my bone folder. That's the wrong way round. Use my bone folder for this one, and hopefully not get a black mark all over it. But I do have my little sand eraser, which hopefully will get rid of that black mark. Not too bad. That one really won't matter too much because I'm going to put something over the top. So we're going to use a little treat for you on a mint macaron, and I'm going to put these on here. So we need some, I'm going to use some Tombow for this because it'll be nice and quick. So we've got, so this is great for when you want to make lots of quick cards. They don't have to be simple, but they can be. It's completely up to you. So another oval. Whoops. Whoops. That doesn't really matter because I can just turn it round. But there we go. A little treat for you on there. Great. Need that eraser again. I managed to get some. I don't know what that's from. Might be my fingers. And we'll stick this one. Again, you could raise them up with dimensionals if you wanted to, but I'm quite happy with it like this. So there we go. So I've done, I should stick it on. I thought I didn't think I had somehow. There we go. And one on here. I mean, you could put some little gems on. You could put anything to, you know, finish it off a little bit more. So I've got the outside and the inside. I've got 2 envelopes. So I've just made 2 cards, and they're really quick and simple cards to make, but I think they look quite effective. So I've got 2 of the mint macaron and 2 of the granny apple green, and then I can make another, well, however many. I've just cut out some, I used some strips of card, so I've got the mint macaron, the granny apple green and the pink all cut out, so I've got them ready to go. With this one, when I stamped it, I over inked it a little bit, and I had some black ink on the actual stamp, so around the edge, and it actually made a mark on the card, so I just drew a little butterfly in. I have got some stamps that have got butterflies on them, so I could have used one of those, but I mean, just to cover up the mark, I thought that would do. And I used my black marker pen, and I used some Granny Apple Green to colour it in with. So those are some nice, quick, simple cards. You could dress them up, you could make them a bit more involved, a bit more stepped up if you wanted to. Again, you don't have to colour, you don't have to use the oval punches if you haven't got the punches. You can just use a strip of card, and you can just cut a piece and layer it over the top if you want to. That would be just as easy and just as quick, so it's completely up to you, but I just thought I'd show you something different for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, perhaps you could give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or any suggestions or anything like that, comments to make, you can make them below, or you can email me at triciascardsandcrafts@yahoo.com. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook as Tricia's Cards and Crafts, and if you want any of the materials I've used today, you can find them on my online shop at triciascardsandcraft.stampinup.net, and there's lots of other Stampin' Up goodies on there as well. You can buy from me if you're in the UK, or if you are anywhere else in the world, you can find a demonstrator that's local to you that you can buy your Stampin' Up goods from. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more of my videos, you can click on the subscribe button, and if you click on the little bell icon, you will be notified when I post a new video. Thanks again for joining me today, and hopefully you'll be able to join me again soon. I think I've got one more week now before Easter, so I will join you again now at Easter. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.